Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rachel with Highlands Artistry, and today we are recapping the last 9 days of Plein Airpril. So, let's go. Our journey begins on Wednesday, April 22nd. It's a day like any other day in the life of a stay-at-home mom, but this week I am service director for my church. And that just means that I control the TV screens with the lyrics for worship, the slides for announcements, and the words for the message and notes. But anywho, I'm waiting for the musicians to prep their instruments for practice on Wednesday night, so as the keys are playing and the guitars are tuning, I pull out my sketchbook and begin to do more of a figure study of the worship team. I quickly run out of time, so I forego adding color and detail, choosing a single color to capture form and shadows. The next day I wake up, saunter over to my studio, cup of coffee in hand, and feel inspired looking out the window. The soft blues, lavenders, and pinks of a misty spring sunrise are begging to be painted. I pull out my Stillman and Birn watercolor journal and begin capturing the colors before me using very wet washes of watercolor, letting the colors bleed and blend together like the original artist. After my morning time in my sketchbook, I quickly prep breakfast for my family before packing up and heading into town for a glorious morning walk with my cousin. The spring blooms blossoming all around us as we get some steps in. I just had to take reference pictures of these beautiful cherry blossoms. The history of cherry blossoms in Buffalo, New York is very interesting. Cherry blossoms in Buffalo, New York are centered in the Japanese garden in Delaware Park, established in the early 1970s to honor a sister city relationship with Kanazawa, Japan. The oldest trees are over 60 years old, planted in 1962 to mark the bond. The annual popular Buffalo Cherry Blossom Festival has been held there since 2014. Upon leaving our morning walk, I spotted a tree and I scouted it out a few days prior, the fuchsia pink catching my eye and drawing me towards it. With a sleeping baby in the back seat, I began to capture this beautiful tree in watercolor. Now, this painting doesn't do the tree any justice. The range of colors in the pink, the bright golden sunshine, and the cool purple shadows play in contrast to each other. It was too complex to capture in the short amount of time and the limited palette before me. Fast forward a few days to Sunday, April 26th. The sun was shining, so I brought my seed snails out to capture some rays. I decided to capture the cucumber sprouts before me using my Uniball Micro Air and my Stillman and Birn Tone Tan sketchbook. I wanted to play with pops of color, exaggerating the bright green in the leaves and the blue tones in the shadows, pulling the contrast up a notch. It's a Sunday, which means family dinner over at my parents' house, which also means a garden walk to see all the new blooms in my mom's garden. The next day is my last painting day, and that is the 27th. I spent some time sitting outside, soaking up some sunshine, and capturing the dandelions in my front walkway. It was fun playing with yellow gouache in the toned sketchbook, and I had fun dramatizing the blue shadows once more. The next day, the 28th, I only captured some more reference photos of the peachy sunrise through the trees. I'm sharing these in case anyone wants to screenshot the references and use them to paint them for yourselves. If you do, be sure to post and tag me on Instagram at Highlands Artistry. Alright, so final thoughts. I'm definitely falling more in love with watercolor, really wet washes and letting the colors bleed and blend together with minimal coaxing from me. I love, love, love the Etchr sketchbooks. The white covers with 100% cotton paper. They are pricey in my book, but they handle really wet washes beautifully, which I did not even test it to its full capacity before this Plein Airpril. But using that sketchbook this month, it makes the experience of painting outside more enjoyable since you're not fighting your supplies. What I'm taking with me as I move forward in my plein air journey. Now, I'm not saying this is exactly what I will be doing next year since we're still 333 days away from Plein Airpril 2027. And I will have a second baby in tow at that point. But as I continue to do plein air over the coming months, I will get a more medium-sized bag to hold my Etchr sketchbook. I'll swap out my hard-sided case, the hard-sided pencil case, for a soft-sided case, and I'll switch out some of the supplies in there as well to have a little bit more of variety, because honestly, having a full range of brushes in there just was not necessary. I found myself reaching for the same 1 or 2 brushes to get the job done. And then in making space by taking out some of those brushes, I do want to add those Ecoline, their watercolor brushes, or their watercolor markers, I should say. So I want to try a more line and wash style, which I can show here. Doing something in the line and wash style will be a lot easier, I think, especially as I foresee myself having a lot less time to dedicate to my craft next year. And even in the coming months, I'm just running out of energy, to be honest. I am 31 weeks pregnant, so 9 weeks to go until baby's here, or less, or more. So yeah, I do want to play with that line and wash style. I want to really go ham on getting my sketching skills down and then adding a little bit of interest using those watercolor markers. And I'm definitely inspired lately by Jess Karp here on YouTube. And if you follow a bunch of artists on YouTube, you definitely follow her because she is wonderful. Absolutely love her. But I can definitely make another video when I sit down and edit my kit into one go bag. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in seeing. And what's coming in May and beyond would be stuff like a sketchbook tour as I finish out some of my sketchbooks. We have a studio tour, and I will be refining my studio down in that video too and getting rid of some supplies. And then also in May, my first one is up already, is a full-length tutorial on watercolor flowers. There will be different subjects throughout May, so stay tuned for that if you want to learn how to do beginner watercolors. You see the chickens? If you like the series, don't forget to watch the rest of the playlist if you missed any previous videos. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss an upload. Make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment. That really, really helps my channel. And yeah, just thank you so much for being here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this Plein Airpril journey, even though my journey probably looked a little bit different than a lot of other people's journeys. And I only painted a portion of the full 30 days, but we're still showing up, baby. All right, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay creative, stay faithful, and stay rooted in grace. Bye, guys.